Make something that you like. Make it personal to you. However that is. Oh! That's so cute! I love his little hat. You could be painting your bunny in. So this is a pretty spring bunny, and I think that nice, lighter, softer colors look really nice for spring pastel. As big or as small as you want it.
Hey, Nisi.
Hey, Rach.
Can you slow down a little bit?
Sure thing. Actually, I thought it was almost looking like a butterfly, but I thought it would be cool, and I had an apple today, so I saved the core.
That's great.
I wasn't sure if it would work or not, but I thought I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I really like that you're reusing the material that might not seem to have a purpose. It might have otherwise been thrown out.
Right. Well, hi, you guys. I'm Denyse with Artist at Heart, and I am so happy to be here with you today on this beautiful autumn day. And we're going to do pumpkins. Love pumpkins, all right? Everything about pumpkins. I love real pumpkins, fake pumpkins, and everything else. Coffee, pumpkin pie, pumpkin bread. Anyway, so today we're going to do a harvest blue pumpkin painting on canvas. I'm going to be using, so I have a canvas here. My canvas is 11 by 14. You can use any size that you want to use. And I'm going to be using apple barrel paints. The really fun thing about this painting is that it only involves 3 colors. You can use any colors that you want to, but I'm going to be using Jack-o'-lantern by Apple Barrel. I'm going to use 2 blue, and I'm going to use Key West. Everyone loves Key West. And then black and white. Okay, so you're going to have some white and black. And you always go through more white paint than black, so I always have an extra bottle. My format here is horizontal. I'm going to take one of my favorite pencils here, and I'm going to sketch out. So right in about the middle, think about maybe the size of your hand. I have a pretty big hand, but I want you guys to just think about sketching out about the size of your hand. I'm going to start with this stem, and I'm going to go over it darker so you can see it better. I'm using the pencil so I can erase it. And then again, I'm going to go over it with Sharpie so you can see it a little better. I've been doing a lot of pumpkin projects for sure, and I will be sharing some of my favorite fun supplies with you. I'm just going to kind of put some ridges in here. And this is just like a real light sketch. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. You can always erase it or paint over it. That's really the wonderful part about acrylic paint. Hi, Kathy. So happy you could join us today. Glad to see you. Yay. Thanks for saying hi to me, you guys. It makes it so much more fun when we're live, when I can chat with you guys. So again, the fun part about this is you can change the colors at all. So I also have like a bright blue here, which is a little bit lighter, but I thought the deeper blue, if I want to make it lighter, I can add white to it. But again, I want you guys to feel free to use any colors that you want to. So once you get your pumpkin sketched out, you can add some lines to the bottom of it if it helps you. Just have like a foundation where your pumpkin's going to be sitting on, right? Now, just so you can see it better, I'm just going to actually, let me put the little half circle in the top of the stem. Can you see that? And now I'm going to go over it with a Sharpie just so you guys can see it better. Like that. And the great thing about pumpkins is you can keep them out, till after Thanksgiving. I love the decorations for autumn, and I feel so many times people jump right into Christmas. Like the minute that Halloween's over, they just jump right into decorating Christmas and they forget all about Thanksgiving. And so I think the decor for Thanksgiving is beautiful. You can use pumpkins and oranges and browns, and this one we're going to use blues. So really it can be your favorite colors. I've done this one with different colored backgrounds, different colored pumpkins. Okay. And like right here, see this? See, I feel like this part of the pumpkin should be a little chubbier. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to come out a little bit more. And then what I'll do is I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to paint over it. And now I'm just going to put like the base again, just to give it a foundation so it doesn't look like my pumpkin is floating in the middle of the air. Now, you guys, when I use my acrylic paint, I use a plate. This is going to be my palette. So I've already squeezed out a little bit. So I have, again, 3 colors in white. I didn't put black on here yet because I always bump into it. And then I get that black in all my other colors. And right now that, see, it is orange, but ooh, boy, when I get up close and the light hits it, it looks yellow. So, but it's orange. And again, your orange could be different than my orange. And I have a set of paintbrushes here. It doesn't matter what size you want to use. I am going to start with the background of my painting, okay? And I'll probably use a flat paintbrush. So a flat paintbrush is like a rectangle. And I am just going to start with blues in my background and just kind of, I'm not going to wet my brush. Okay, I'm just going to go right into, let's try this blue and see what it looks like. See that? Now, what do I do if I want to make it lighter? I could just scoop up some white. I'm not even going to wash off my brush, and I'm just going to mix it right in there. You can change the direction. See, I could do horizontal. The most important thing is you want to cover the canvas so that you get rid of that little texture of your canvas. You know, those little white speckles. Let's see if you can see it. See that? See the texture of the canvas right there? I'm going to just cover that. So again, I'm going to be switching my brush stroke in different directions. You can go crisscross. You can go diagonal. You can add a little more white in certain areas, right? I could just add a little bit more white here. So you just want to make your background interesting, right? You can even make the whole thing one color. I just think it looks fun when you kind of add some texture. Now, how else you could add texture to it? You could use a sponge. You can use a paper towel. I'm gonna put a little bit of this blue in here. This is like a blue-green. I thought this is pretty. I'm going to see if I can get rid of some of that glare. And again, don't worry if you go inside the line. I even have an old toothbrush here because we can add later. We could add a little texture to it. Is that noise driving you crazy? I don't, probably wet it so it's a little bit softer, but it will give it a little more texture. I've also used like plastic forks to give it a different texture, but I have a paper towel here that I'm going to show you guys. Again, I'm just kind of blending it in and just paint your whole background so you like it. That one I didn't even add any more white to. I just went straight blue with my dirty brush. Again, I haven't even washed off my brush yet. To add a little bit more of that. So this is really relaxing to me. Just kind of like free painting, right? Just doing whatever. There's no rules. It's great therapy just to relax and paint. Use your favorite colors. Again, get that background covered in till you like it. Let's see, I think there's less glare on this side. See the glare on this side from my lighting. I set up everything, of course, and then I start painting. I'm like, oh, there's a glare. How's that? You like that color? And again, I could put more white in there to soften it up. Crisscross. Again, just try different brush strokes. Don't be afraid because you know you can paint over anything. So I'm using this flat brush, and again, if you only have one brush and it's a round brush, that's fine. I have lots of brushes to choose from. Now, I'm just going to finish this background here, and then we'll do a couple different techniques. We can sprinkle paint on there. We can do whatever we want to. And I'll show you again. I'll wet my toothbrush so it doesn't make such a scruffy noise. The leaves here have been spectacular. Wow, the colors are amazing. I really love, as sad as I am when summer ends, I do love autumn. I love autumn clothes because of the colors and the nice warm sweaters. And the leaves are just a masterpiece. They're just, I can't even tell you right now how beautiful they are. So I'm using this apple barrel paint, which is, I would say, a medium bodied paint. So it spreads pretty easy. Now, if you want it to be even thinner, you can always, add a little water to have it spread more. If you're using a heavier bodied acrylic paint, again, you can add more water. So this is about a medium body. If you want it to be a little thicker, just add a second coat of paint. If you, like right here, when I was painting over the black line, if it didn't cover it, you guys can always add a second coat, but you have to wait for it to dry. So when I'm doing a paint party, that's probably the hardest part for people is, waiting for it to dry if they do something that they don't like. So I'm just going to take a little bit of white here, kind of add a little white in there like this, maybe go to the edge like that. See that? Now I have a paper towel here, and what I can do is I can add a little texture. So I can just take my dry paper towel like that. See that? And it's giving it like a cool artsy texture. You can, again, use a sponge if you want to. I can take an old toothbrush or a new toothbrush or whatever kind of toothbrush you want. So this time I wet it, so it doesn't, let's see what happens, okay? So again, I don't want it to be too drippy, but let's try over here. So it's just going to give it like a different kind of a texture. See those little, now it's pretty wet. You guys are seeing the reflection. So let's go back into it with my paper towel. So again, I'm just giving it a little bit of texture. Now I just accidentally got some blue in there, right? I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to paint over it. It's not a big deal. All right. So again, keep going till you get your background to where you like it. Now, what else I would say we could do is I'm going to now wash off the brush. So I just have a cup of water here, and I'm just going to rinse off my brush. Okay. You can dry it off too if you want. And I'm just going to dry it a little bit. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of white paint, and you can sprinkle it. So you could just tap it. See it like that? So give it a little splash, like a Jackson Pollock look. If you want, you don't have to. You can think about it and wait till later. So really, the background is totally up to you. That's just like whatever it is that you want to do. Now, the bottom part here, I am going to add some black. So I have to add some black to my plate. And then we'll start adding in some orange. All right. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black and some blue. Now you guys don't need that much black, right? And I'm just going to go under my pumpkin here. So it gives it a little bit of dimension to be a little bit darker here, sitting on the table. The illusion of sitting on the table, right? All right. So there's, again, the bottom part. Just kind of getting the, and I'm going to take a little bit of black, maybe a little white, maybe a little blue, mix it together, get like a grayish tone. See that? I'm using horizontal brush strokes here. See that? Again, it's just a little bit different than the rest of it. I can go back into, I'm going to wash off some of that black paint because I want to start lightening it up over here. So maybe I could just add some blue and some white and maybe go into that Key West color, which is super fun. The point is we want to get the canvas covered, right? So at the bottom part here, I'm adding horizontal brush strokes. And if you want to paint the edge of your canvas, you can paint the edge of your canvas. I always recommend people do that. Let's put a little bit more black down here. And it doesn't have to be solid. I could just kind of make it a little rough like that. Just kind of put it in there. Almost like a shadow of the pumpkin, right? That's what's going to give it the dimension. Now, I am going to start adding a little orange. Yay, orange! Here's my orange. So I'm using jack-o'-lantern orange. All right, and I'm gonna, so again, what I want you guys to do is like follow the shape of the pumpkin. See that? So my brush strokes are following the shape of the pumpkin. Now I'm not gonna use like a whole ton of orange on this one. I'm gonna use blues and grays and black. So you can add a little bit of orange wherever you want to on this. I'm going to go over, but you see how my brush stroke is following the shape of the pumpkin to give it some form. We want it to be a little bit dimensional. And again, I can add a little bit of orange over here. I can just use the shape of my paintbrush to create like some shapes and designs on the background. You can just, it's like an abstract design, right? It's just to make it interesting. And if you bump into some black or the blue, it's going to give you a different shade of the orange, which is cool. So again, you can just add, you can even add some in the background. I'll do that later. So let's put a little bit of orange over here too. So orange and black together, you're going to start to get like a brown look. You could put white in there if you want. Let's throw a little white in here. So again, now I'm going to get more of a light orange. See that? So this is up to you how you do it. You can put a little orange down here. Let's get more orange in my pumpkin a little bit. How about a little orange here? A little orange here. And again, your brush is following the shape of that pumpkin. See that? All right. Now let's put a little white in there. So even if you want parts of your canvas to be white, you still want the paint on there because you want the paint to have like the same texture and finish. So you don't want to leave like just the white of the canvas. You still want to paint over it because it'll look like it was not finished. Again, I'm just kind of filling in my pumpkin here. See, I just bumped into the blue. Look at that. I think it looks cool. So I bumped into the wet blue there, but I like the way it looks. And if you don't like it, then you, again, wait for it to dry and go back over it. So it's getting more orange than I want. I really want my pumpkin to be more blue. So I'm going to go back into it and add more blues to it. Maybe I put a little bit more orange over there. Put a little orange over here. All right. Now, I want to wash off that orange because if I go right into the blue, then I'm going to end up with more of a brown if I mix the blue and the orange together. So let's go into some of this blue right here. And I'm just going to follow those lines of the pumpkin here. See that? Maybe I add a little bit. Let's try a little bit of the bright blue so you guys can see the difference. So the one I've been using that I just got my big fingerprint on, now I'm going to use the bright blue. Or you could just, add a little white to it. I just want to see the difference. What do you think? You like that blue? You can use teal. Teal looks really cool with this too. So I'm going over those Sharpie lines. I don't want those to show. And the lines don't have to be perfect. This is fun art, not fine art, right? So just have fun, relax. Let's see. And again, if it starts to get muddy, like a lot of brown, you're feeling frustrated, take a break. Leave it alone. It dries really quick. Just take a break, let it dry, and then go back over it, okay? Acrylic paint is super easy to paint over, but again, you have to be patient and let it dry. So actually, when I'm mixing the orange and the blue together, I'm getting a green. So what do I do if I don't want green in my pumpkin? I wait, let it dry. Be patient. I have to listen to my own rules, right? We have to let it dry. All right, let's put a little white in here. And the one in the back, we're going to make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to put a little black in there, like that. And then my stem, again, you can make your stem any color you want. So again, look at how I'm using my brush stroke to go in that direction. So I have black. I have not washed my brush, so I'm just using what's on it. So there's some blue on there. There's some black on there. That's fun too. If you've never done this before, it could be scary because you don't know what you're going to get. But to me, that's the fun part. Not sure what color is going to come off my brush. And if you have a smaller brush and you want to, let's switch to a smaller brush. So here's a round brush. That's what a brown brush looks like. I'm going to put a little bit of white on my round brush, and I'm just going to go inside the stem. Again, I'm going to go following the stem and filling it in. And then you color this part too. Maybe make it a little bit lighter, like that. All right, and I could just still use this same paintbrush to paint the rest of my pumpkin in. Give it a curve. Now it's kind of gray blue. See that? I'm curving this way to give it some dimension. All right. And let's see, what else do we need to do? I want to soften up some of these like blue lines in here, maybe like right here. Maybe soften this up a little bit. Soften that one. So you're just going to keep working your pumpkin until you like it. If you want, you can go back into it with some black. Actually, I'm going to use even a smaller brush to outline some areas. And again, just a little bit of black. Maybe I, again, kind of define this area right here. Right here. You can outline as much of it as you want to. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I would probably use as thin of a round brush as you have. You could always do it with a Sharpie marker later, especially if your fine motor is not great. Sharpies are always easy to use. And if you are using like a drawing pad, a mixed media pad, those are nice too. And then that way you could pop it in a frame, right? So when you're using a mixed media pad, it's like a canvas pad. It's great for acrylic paint. So if you create all the time, those are really nice to use. Again, I'm using a regular canvas, but if you have the mixed media, throw it in a frame, give it to someone as a present, right? All right. I'm thinking I'm going to leave it alone. What do you guys think? Maybe a little line right here and a little line right here. How about a little line over there? Does that look good? And again, the background stuff with the splattering and the texture and the lines, it's like an abstract design. You guys make it however it is that you want to do. I'm going to put a little bit like of white right in here. Soften that up a little bit. Maybe a little white in here. Like that. Hi, thank you. Thanks for chatting with me. And you guys, painting is like anything else. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Remember, we're going for fun art, not fine art. And most of all, relaxing. This is just super relaxing. People love them as presents. All right, so there's my pumpkin painting. And again, you guys keep going until you love it. You're in love with it. And sometimes you just need to take a break and step back from it. But I do want to share with you guys a couple other really fun things that I've been doing. So again, this is what I was using, the apple barrel paints. And they're just really nice medium-bodied acrylic paint. So I used canvas. You guys, again, could paint the edge of your canvas if you want to. But I want to show you something else that I've been doing a lot of, and it's really, really fun. So this is great for, you know, all ages and abilities. Kids would never probably paint for that long that we just did, but let me show you something else, okay? So this is something really, really fun that, oh, look at that glare. Okay, so these are glow-in-the-dark paint, you guys. Really easy to use. There are 6 colors, all right? So I just wanted to show you how it comes like this. 6 colors. I have, this is like a glow-in-the-dark color, pink, orange, yellow, blue, and green. Now what I did was, this is actually, you guys, glow-in-the-dark, it's dimensional fabric paint, but you can use it on any type of material. So let's get this out of here because we don't need the Sharpie for this next part. All right, sorry, this is messy. Let's try to make it a little bit neater for you guys. All right, so look what I did. I took a faux pumpkin. Okay, so I have a little faux pumpkin. I want to make sure you guys can see the color. Okay, look at this. I only did half of it because I wanted to show you. So it's just a regular pumpkin. You guys can get these anywhere today. They're on sale all over the place because, you know, they want to get rid of them. So again, they're on Amazon as well. This is a nice faux pumpkin, all right? And this fabric paint will stick to it, and it's dimensional. And look at how pretty the colors are. And of course, I can't shut the lights off right now, but you guys can check out, you know, if you go to Artist at Heart Paint Party, you can see all the pictures of this and how fun it is when it glows in the dark. But this is really easy to use for all ages, and it's an alternative to carving a pumpkin. So, you know, They look, yes, definitely look great under a black light. But, you know, I am not a good carver for pumpkins. I am like a bull in a china shop. So I am not good with a knife. I would way rather paint, but it comes with this really fine tip. So again, you can do, just squeeze it lightly. Now it's going to take a little bit of time to dry because it's thick, right? But look at that. And you could, and kids love it too. You could do little flowers. So it's great for anybody to use and decorate a pumpkin. You just have to be careful you don't bump into it. Like I would work one side and then the other, and then just leave it alone and let it dry. So that's one of my really fun pumpkin crafts. Love this stuff. Again, you can use it on t-shirts and fabric, but it also works on any type of material. So love this. This is a great pumpkin Halloween activity. And I have one more I want to show you real quick. Okay, this one's even more fun. Again, great for all ages. All right. So this next one, again, I'm going to use a faux pumpkin, an artificial pumpkin. All right, you can use any size that you want to. Now, here is what I have been doing. I'm going to show you guys this. Look at this. How fun is that? Now this one, you're going to use any colors that you want to. So if you want to use autumn colors, you can use autumn colors. This is like a marbling effect, right? Super fun. So this is what you do. Sorry, I dropped it in the blue paint before we went live. But what you want to do, and I'm just going to cover it up with some paint. What you do is you have to use acrylic pouring paint. So it's a thinner consistency than regular acrylic because it has to be able to pour easily. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it real quick before we end the show. Here's my big one. So I wanted to also, for today's show, add a blue pumpkin, right? And again, white. I have some silver, so you have some metallic in this one. So we have white and blue and black and silver. But you pick your color scheme, okay? Whatever kind of pumpkin you want. And remember, they can stay out all year. All right, so you ready? You want to try it with me? Let me see where I put. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use for this one. We're going to do it quick. All right, so you guys, this is what I'm using. I am using Arteza pouring acrylic paint. Now, the cool thing about this is I have 32 pieces, 32 colors. It comes with neon colors, it comes with metallic colors, and it comes with your basic colors as well. So what you want to do when you open it up is pick out your color scheme, okay? So you guys want to do, if anyone's watching and wants to chat, tell me, do you want to see autumn colors? Do you want to see a blue pumpkin? Or do you want me to use the neon colors? There's also really pretty metallic. So this is, or you can, like, again, make your own. You could do, or your kids' favorite colors, right? You could do a pastel pumpkin. You could do it. I think a neon pumpkin would look really fun. So let's try a neon one. Look at the pretty gold I have here. So okay, so the neon. So I've got some purple, some pink, some yellow. There's a neon blue. I think that's not it. Here's the neon blue. Look at this one. Is that the neon? Yeah, there's the neon blue. Okay, let's do that. We should definitely add some white and some black in it because it just gives a little contrast. So here's black. Okay, I'm going to put the box away. Neon. Yay, that's what I'm going for. Neon. Good. I'm glad you agree. All right, I have a new pumpkin here. Again, these are great faux pumpkins. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. And you just need a plastic cup. Now, actually, I'm going to show you two ways real quick. We only have a couple minutes. So I want to show you real quick a couple ways. So I tried drizzling it on there. Okay. And let me just show you. So I'm going to show you real quick. You shake it up and you squeeze it on there. Okay. And you just let it run. Oh, I forgot something. You got to have a canvas underneath it or the paint's going to go everywhere. Or you could put a plate under there too. So I forgot about that. Bull in a china shop. Here I am. Hold on. Let me grab a canvas. So, all right, here's a canvas. This way you have something to catch all the paint and you'll have an abstract painting, which I brought up here to show you guys. Oh, well, anyway, they're around here. I have these really cool abstract paintings. Okay, so anyway, you can pour it on there like this and let it drip down. Okay, so there's one way. Let's add the pink. Okay, and don't worry if like I got a little paint on the other side, it doesn't matter. And so you can just do this and then move it around and let it run down the side. Kids love this. Super fun, right? So that's one way. Okay, now I'm going to show you the more fun way where it comes out amazing. Okay, so this is one way. I did a pumpkin like this. So what do you think it came out like? It was more streaky, right? Like because all the paint's dripping down like that. It didn't marbleize quite the way I wanted it to. I'll show you a little bit more. Again, then you just kind of move it around like that. Okay, but now I'm going to show you another technique. So you can do it that way, or you get a cup. Okay, it doesn't have to be a clear cup. I'm using a clear cup so you guys can see how pretty it is, but you can use just like any kind of disposable cup. So I'm going to use some white paint. I like to start out with white. Okay, we'll do some yellow neon. What's going to happen, all these colors are going to mix together as they like pour down the pumpkin. Here's a little pink. So pink and yellow, probably we'll get some orange in there. And then how about some purple? So we're using the neon colors. But you pick the colors you want. Again, you could do the whole pumpkin in metallic. Let's do some blue. And actually, I won't add any black. Now watch this. So here's my cup. Look at that. Right? Again, kids love this. Adults love it too. I've made so many of these because it's so fun. All right, let me try to position my pumpkin a little bit better so you guys can see. You guys can see it okay? And again, I have a canvas underneath here to catch it, and then all that extra paint will make like an abstract painting. Now here's my cup. Look at that. And now I'm just going to drizzle it on like that. See, it looks cooler when you do it like that. Look at that. It's so pretty. Ah! Oh my gosh. And you just keep going. Okay. And you keep doing it until you love it. And again, you want to take, look at that pretty cup. And you can add more and do it again. And what you want to do is you want to swirl it around. So satisfying, I'm telling you. I could do this all day long. All right, so here's my canvas underneath. Look at that. That looks pretty cool too, right? So look at that. So I'm just moving my paint around. Now, you guys, I have to tell you, it takes about 24 hours for this to dry. So because it's pretty thick, right? We're just pouring it on there. If you want to cover your stem, you can cover your stem. And you're just going to keep doing it until you get the whole pumpkin covered. All right. So again, you can, if you love the pink and maybe you didn't like the green, that, oh, let's throw some black in there. This is it. We're going to wrap it up with a little bit of, I just want to finish this up. So let's just do it again and throw some black in there and see what you guys think. So here, let's do some yellow. I'm going to throw more white in there. The white's always fun. Again, just to give it a little, let's give it more of that pink, because who doesn't love a nice, pretty pink? And then let's throw a little black in there this time, and let's see what happens with the black. All right. Maybe a little more black. Okay, ready? So I'm just going to pour it on there. Woo! And it just drips down. All right. Now I'm going to move it around. Pretty cool, right? And again, once you're done coating your pumpkin, this canvas underneath, you can paint it into an abstract design. You can turn it into something. Same thing that I just did with the pumpkin. You can move this canvas around as well with the paint on it. And I would give both the canvas and the pumpkin 24 hours to dry. How cool. Do you like it? Is that something fun? And again, use whatever colors you want. So I have my little one this one's dry, you guys. It took 24 hours. So this one I'm using more warm colors, more autumn colors. The yellow, when it mixed together with the black, turned to like a green looking color. And then this is just, I did the blue pumpkin. So like lots of, I used one blue, one silver, one white, the black. I did go over the stem on this one. And I know I brought up, let me just take a quick peek to see if I could find the canvases that are dry. Oh, here they are. So just to give you an idea, it's almost like a marble. Okay, when they're dry. So like, look at this. So this is the one that I used for the turquoise, right? And all the paint dropped onto the canvas and I just swirled it around just like I'm doing with the pumpkin. And then I have a canvas that looks like this. You could always, turn it into something, put a pumpkin on here, or just leave it, but it looks pretty cool, right? Just like a cool abstract painting. You can always also, thank you. You can always also have just like a pan or something to catch all the paint if you don't want to use it, but I hate to waste paint. Okay, so this is again a great alternate. And then this is the one that I did for the orange pumpkin. So this is the canvas that I had under the orange pumpkin. And again, I just moved the paint around on it until it got dry. And there you go. So I will do the same thing once I'm done with my pumpkin here. So again, it still needs a little bit more paint. So I'm just moving it around. I could fill up my cup again. You can always use your finger if you want to just take some of this paint here and move it around a little bit. So the thing is, when paint mixes together like that, it turns into, this is called a tertiary color, when you mix all those colors together. So it's more neutral. That takes away the fun. That's why I don't do that, right? So if I did that and they all mix together like that, it just turns into a neutral color, almost like a khaki or a tan. So I would just leave it alone again and just keep pouring and keep adding to it. And it's just really, really a great way to relax, fun. Everybody in your family can make one. No one has to have a knife and cut anything, right? So this is just paint pouring. So it's really popular right now, not just on pumpkins. You can pour paint on anything. So this is great for really any type of material. So this is called Arteza Pouring Acrylic Paint. Love it. I didn't even finish. Let me just finish this because I have a little bit more left in the cup. Let me try to move my big hand out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Let's go on this side. Super fun. This would be a great thing for a party too. And look at my pretty cup. Look at that. Don't drink from it though. But even the cup is pretty, you guys. Woo! All right. You want a quick recap of what we've done today? Sorry, you can tell how much I love Halloween because I had so much to share with you guys today, right? All right. So you want to start with our recap of everything. So we'll just do this since it's here right now. This is called Arteza Pouring Acrylic Paint. It comes with 32 2-ounce bottles of paint. Again, you're going to get white and black. You're going to get neon colors. You're going to get pastel colors. You're going to get your traditional primary and secondary colors. And you're going to get metallics and pastels. It's awesome. It's an awesome kit. Look at this pretty gold. So again, I can even just go back in if I wanted to and drizzle some gold on here. Does gold go with, does it go with neon? Woo-wee. Fun, fun, fun. And again, if I don't like it, I can go over it again. I think gold goes with it. Why not? Who makes the rules? We do. All right. So let's see. All right. So that's the Arteza. Today I used a paintbrush set. Okay. That's also, if you guys are watching me on Amazon, it's in the carousel. It's a nice, easy paintbrush set. I used for our canvas today, you guys, and I'm on you can follow me on Amazon at artistheart.live. And if you are on Amazon with me, thank you so much for following me. I am able to tag all the products that I'm using from Amazon. So they're right there in the carousel. All right. So again, you can, that's kind of mesmerizing, isn't it? All right. So anyways, if you're not on Amazon, come on over, artistheart.live. And you guys, I'm going to go live again on Halloween. So just a recap. Randy, do you want to bring me on with my pumpkin? Or are you enjoying so much seeing this pumpkin? Yeah, thanks. Okay, recap. We used the canvas today, which is down here. We used our little paintbrush set. Okay, half of them are in the water right here. But it comes in this little kit. Try to keep me organized. That has a zipper. It is fabric case, so it gets dirty, but it's, again, an economical little paintbrush set. If you're a beginner, it's great for a beginner. It has little size, little different sizes. And we use the apple barrel paint today to do our canvas painting that's on the floor. I used the neon glow paint by Tula today. There, it comes in 6 colors. It's really easy to use and squeeze, so you can do a nice glow in the dark pumpkin if you want to. You can add this to the marbling one too. I would just wait for the marbling one, this one, I would wait for that to dry before you would add something like this to it. And this is fabric paint, so you can use it on anything. And what else? Oh, I of course used the Sharpie marker. I used my favorite Dixon pencils because they're awesome and strong. What else did I use today? So behind me, you guys, I have, so I used the mixed media pad. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember if I added it in my carousel. But if you guys don't want to use canvas because it takes up too much space, the mixed media pad is awesome. And it's thin, so you can pop it in a frame. Right? And these frames are on Amazon too. They come in a 5-pack. They're really, really nice. I was trying not to get the glare. Sorry, now you can see the glare in all my mess. But if you use the canvas pad, you can put it in a frame, right? So there you go. And the shelf is from Amazon too. And my black wall is chalk paint. I have that. That's part of my stage today. That's Krylon chalkboard paint. Okay, so that's what my black wall is. Randy's behind the scenes and she is helping me today. Thank you so much, Randy. Randy's the one who told me to paint my wall black, and I love it. And it just gives a lot of contrast to everything that I'm doing, and it just makes everything look better. So I'm pretty sure that's everything that I talked about today with you guys. We're going to do another live on Halloween, October 31st at 2:30. I hope you can join me. I will create the event today. If there's something that you want to see me create, make, teach you how to use, let me know. Again, I'm a messy artist. A lot of people, if you guys watch any videos on pouring paint, they usually wear rubber gloves. I don't mind getting dirty. I'm pretty messy, but it's washable. So, but you can wear rubber gloves if you want to. I don't really like wearing rubber gloves. So that's all I have for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I am Denyse with Artist at Heart. Thank you for following me, and keep creating. Be happy, make art. I'll see you soon. I'll see you on Halloween. Thanks, you guys.